Hey guys, J77 here. I hope everyone out there had a good weekend. I surely had a good day with my sister. Everything was good, at least from my end. It was great. The weather was fine, and everybody was okay. Um, I want to talk about some things before Tuesday come around, and that is my upcoming projects. One being book and reviews, and the other one being flashback movie reviews. Now, let's start with the book and review. My first book review will be posted on the first week of September. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but it will be pretty much everything will be said and done in September, and I will do a review every one review every 2 weeks, depending on the book, depending on the how much pages there is in the book, and depending how new or how old is the book, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of reviews on books. Mostly my primary goal is to review books, novels, hardcover or paperback, and just give my own point of view and how they hold up. Now, in terms, like I said, most of the books will be science fiction or just fantasy, but I'm not just keeping it just on those. It will have, some of them will have crime drama, some of them will have fictional books. You may have a little politics or drama involved in that. It's not a real set goal, but you will mostly see science fiction and fantasy. The reason why the reason why I'm not gonna put too many videos out there is because I want to make sure that when I do review, I speak clearly and make sure that people understand where I'm coming from, as well as try to make the videos as short as possible. I don't want to run it to like 15 minutes. I want to keep it close to no later than 7 minutes. So that's one of the main reasons. But my first review will be set on September. Look for that. It's going to be very interesting. It's a book that I have read before. I'm reading again, just to see how fresh the story stays in my mind. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting book I'm gonna be talking about, because it is an interesting book. It is probably one of the most intriguing books I've ever read, yet it is also one of the weirdest books I have ever read as well. But I'm not going to tell you what that is. I will get into more details once that review, once I start doing my official review, and once I post it on the video log. Another thing is my flashback movie reviews. Now, flashback movie reviews are pretty much what the word says. I'm going back, viewing some movies from the 80s, 90s, and even today, seeing how they hold up. Do they still hold up in my eyes? Or are they still great films? And giving my own analysis of these films as I watch it. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is pretty much, I was a kid. I really got into movies, really got into movies in the late 80s. I have saw a lot of films in my time in the 80s and pretty much early 90s. It pretty much, the theater kept me out of trouble, so I saw a lot of films. But as a kid, growing up, every film, no matter how bad, no matter how good, no matter how the dialogue is, every film feels like a good film. It doesn't matter what it is. I like anything. That's basically what it was. But as I got older and as I learned to appreciate movies more and more, I realized that some of the films that I have liked or once liked when I was small doesn't have the same taste anymore, and that's basically because I have grown up and basically I can understand what I'm actually more looking at as a moviegoer. Perfect example is a movie called Purple Rain. Purple Rain was the first movie that my mother had brought me to. I have seen this film after that 7 times, and I still don't have no knowledge of what that film is all about. I have no memory of that film, and it can't be just a coincidence, because I've seen it more than, like I said, I've seen it 7 times, and I remember what the trailer was when I first walked in the theater. It was Jason Live, Friday the 13th Part 6. I remember that trailer. I still remember that trailer to this day. I remember seeing, trailers like Nightmare on Elm Street, Tap. I remember seeing trailers before the movie was hit. I even remember crying in the theater, and my mother literally had to walk me out of the theater. There's a lot of reasons why I was crying. It's not just the movie, but it was, it was something that stood glued to my head. This film, I honestly cannot really tell you what this film is all about, other than it had one of the best soundtracks of its time, and still is one of the best kick-ass soundtracks to this day. Purple Rain is one of my, I have that on my MP3 player. I love listening to it every day, but for some reason, I can't remember this movie, and I've seen it 7 times. So, the last time was being 2000. So yeah, I mean, that is not that far-fetched, but and I will be reviewing this film to see why, and I'm pretty much got a good guess what it is, but I got to see it one more time just to get a better glimpse of what the hell I saw, because like I said, I don't want to just tell something and then it's totally inaccurate. But that's one of the reasons why I'm doing a Backlash review. This and just to see if the films I've saw as well as the films I'm seeing now holds up, and pretty much that's pretty much one of the main reasons. And I'm already going to do my first review, which will be later on this week, no later than Sunday, that you'll see that review come on. And one of the main reviews I'm going to be doing is actually a film that's not that old. It's actually one of the films that I'm going to be covering a lot. You do expect a lot of it to be covered because there's 22 of them, and the 23rd is coming out sometime next year, and that's the Casino Royale. That will be pretty much my first review, and there's a reason for that, but when you see the review, you'll understand. But Casino Royale had a very, very unique history, both past and present. So it's it's my first film I'm gonna be reviewing as a Backlash review, and I'm gonna be giving my own input, what I felt about the movie, and giving it the rating that I felt deserves. Keep in mind, I don't do the 5-star rating. Both the Backlash review and the book review will have a 4-star system, 9 stars, because I do count half the stars, and I will rate them as what it is, and only that way. And the reason being is because if I'm gonna give it something, like if I'm gonna talk about something how good it is, I gotta give it a rating that's explain just how good it was to me, and that's pretty much it. So the Backlash review is going to be films that's going to be from the 80s, 90s, and films are currently being played right now. Now, keep in mind, I will also review from the 70s, 60s, 50s as well. It's definitely not been excluded. But depending on what film I'm going to see, depending on why I'm going to see it, it's going to take some time, because like I said, I'm going to start with the 80s first, and then I'm working my way to the 90s, and every now and then I probably put in a film that I was either dying to see in the 70s, one of those films I just recently saw, and I want to see it again, just to get a full clarity, because I miss a part in the movie, but I just recently saw it, and I want to see it in full entirety, not interrupted. So that is my my take on that. But yeah, that is what's going to be basically most of the films I'm going to be reviewing. It's 80s, 90s today. I will throw in the films from the 70s, 60s, 50s. I even go as far as the 30s, but it's going to be pretty much rare, that I'm going to be, reviewing those kind of films, like, probably once every 2 months, once every 3 months. It really all depends, and it really all depends if I can get it, because a lot of films from the 30s or 40s are very hard to get. There's films I'm looking for right now that I can't get, period. And they've been either been discontinued or been out of print, and I've been trying very, very hard to get those films. So if I can get the film, and I got the film, and I'm watching the film, I will tell you how I feel about the films. That's that simple. Also, one more thing before I go, I will also do most movies and also audio. So some of them will be in video, some of them will be in audio. Most of the new movies that I've seen may be in audio. Some of them may be in video. I might just split it up, but that's pretty much the reason is it all depends on who I saw it with. If I saw it with somebody else with me, most likely it will be an audio. That goes the same with some of the classic reviews, like those who had multiple sequels. I will probably put that in audio as a better way of explaining why this film worked for me and why this film did not work for me. But pretty much that's just about it. Well, that's it. That's pretty much all I got to say. Until then, like I said, the book review will be posted in September, and my first Backlash review will be posted later on during the week. So just look for it. It's gonna be there. And until then, everyone, take care. Have a blessed day, and